this album, it's just so raw.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
what makes it great. Because there was nothing else out there quite like it. And I think Mick Mars is an underrated... As the more I listen to Mick Mars play guitar, he's got some cool stuff. From you think about everything here, everything on Shout at the Devil, through all the stuff that we were just talking to Mötley Crüe with John Corabi, you know, I almost said Dream Theater, Theater of Pain, Dr. Feelgood. I mean, think about all those riffs.
Hey, if you're a fan of Mötley Crüe, this video is for you. There's been a lot of Mötley Crüe in the news lately.
There has been. I saw Vince Neil talking to Eddie Trunk.
Yes. I saw that too.
Like, he just looks terrible. I can't get over that. I know he's had the health issue, right?
Well, yeah, he had a stroke. And matter of fact, I did a video on this channel about it.
Yeah.
And he had the stroke, and then he went, after he had the stroke, they went and did like what do you call it, CAT scan or whatever it is on your brain, and they noticed that he'd had several other strokes before the first one.
And many strokes
that he didn't even know that he had.
I'm no doctor, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. And so he actually talked to Eddie Trunk about that. And so that was the delay for the...
All right, so you look at like Vince playing, and I know they're doing their Vegas residency.
Right.
It does not sound good. They got more, and I kind of, Eddie Trunk should have, like, he calls out like bands that have backing tracks, and so, dude, Mötley Crüe's 90% backing tracks. And there's even the jury out saying that Nicky Sixx isn't even playing bass. Right? Mick Mars was saying that he's not even playing.
I know, I heard him.
So it's like John 5 and
Tommy Lee.
Those are the only live ones. Everybody else is just faking it. Come on. It is annoying, And David Lee Roth should, since we're talking band people that shouldn't be touring or singing, but David Lee Roth, I've seen so many videos of his, like, sucking. I mean, I know people are going and seeing, but how many videos have you seen on like TikTok and stuff? They're like, oh my gosh, I paid for this? And you hear David trying to do the yells and the things. He's singing every other verse kind of thing. Like it's just bad. Now, Vince, okay, you got a stroke. You're doing your residency. But didn't you guys say you weren't even going to tour there for a while?
Okay.
And it just pisses me off that you're mailing it in. And people are going. So do you just keep milking it?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess you can. But you know what I put on recently? The Mötley Crüe album with John Corabi. That thing's awesome.
Yeah,
that thing is so heavy, so good. And I know they've done Dr. Feelgood and all that kind of stuff. Maybe I'm getting off on a good start here, But that album with John Corabi, that shows you the power of Mötley Crüe with the damn good singer. Because Vince Neil is not as good as he once was. He's got a unique, awesome sound in these early albums. And he does good for what he is. But now, dude, you're a shadow of your former self. I just don't... That's just my opinion. And that's why I'm not in Vegas checking it out, the Mötley Crüe tribute. Because when I saw you 20 years ago with Poison or whatever it was in Boise, you were okay at best.
Dude, that's the whole thing.
Now it's like...
I saw them... I've seen them a few times.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen in the last few, last while was all the funny videos with Vince that do like the pow and then
oh my gosh,
karate chop. And they're like making up the words that he's allegedly singing, which
those are so
funny.
Like, you laugh so hard because it's just he's Dude, those are great. The thing is, those are not even recent. Those are like 10 years ago. And it's not improved.
It's been within the last 5 years that those have
I've
really
been seeing
come
those things
out.
for a while. But yes, it's not recent.
But they're still trending.
They're great. They're great. They're brilliant. It's hilarious.
They make me laugh so hard every time.
And you're right. He had some weird, unique sound like on this album. You can't even describe it. You go, what is this voice? It was so strange. Because getting back to your point, John Corabi. When that album came out, I paid no attention to it. Okay, just why didn't I pay attention? I just didn't. And It was I can't remember what it was, but like a year or two after it came out, I was in a band with a guy that was a bass player, and he was like, dude, you have to listen to that album. It is the best thing good. Mötley Crüe ever did. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? And then you go listen to it and you're like, okay, because Corabi, they're in different worlds, obviously, as singers.
Yeah, totally different.
But you listen to that and you go, dude, and here's the key for me. Nikki Sixx is a great songwriter. And I will point to 6 a.m. I love the 6 a.m. stuff. Band. I've told you this before. I saw them in concert a few years ago back in Denver.
That too.
The music is so good. It's so good. It's so good. And so you put Nikki Sixx with a great singer like John Corabi. Now everybody sees the name Mötley Crüe and it just doesn't sound right. And so then, people struggle with that kind of thing, obviously. And so,
Well, I can't remember, like the video for, I think it was like Hooligan's Holiday. So good.
It was cool.
They were good. It was really cool.
And it fit the time.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, think about when that album came out, right? You're talking grunge and all that stuff was super out there.
And it worked.
And it still got a lot of airplay because it's Mötley Crüe and it sounded great and it was heavy.
1994.
I would have guessed 92, but 94, it's even later. So you're talking in the middle of grunge. You're coming out with that. And it was good, straight, good rock. Oh man, yeah, no, I'm with you.
For me, to this day, still, I look back at Mötley Crüe. To me, this is still I don't know. It's between this and Shout at the Devil, but I often just go back and say you can't beat this album. It just, especially because I remember where I was the first time I heard Livewire. Sure. I mean, you hear that and you're like, it's a little bit like,
take notice.
It's a little bit like The Dirt when there's that girl that's sitting on the couch and she starts playing and she goes, and the camera goes,
yeah.
We all felt that.
Yes.
When the first time we heard that, like, what is going on here? I remember I was in the backyard of one of my friend's places. We were throwing around a Nerf football. And somebody had a cassette tape and a boombox, threw this thing in, turned it up, and all of a sudden, and I just...
That's right.
And then poof, everything changes. It was so good. It was so good. Now, Shout at the Devil, sometimes I think it's better, but the production leaves me a little But it had great songwriting.
Yeah, I think
after those two...
So, this album, it's just so raw.
Yeah, exactly.
Is what makes it great. It's what, because it's like, because there was nothing else out there quite like it. And I think Mick Mars is an underrated, and Nikki Sixx and, Vince take a lot of credit, and Tommy Lee's drumming is so great. I think Mick gets kind of like lost in the shuffle, kind of like Peter in Kiss, you're just in the back. You're not the most handsome guy or whatever. I'm not bagging on you, Mick. You just, I don't even know how to defend that. But the point is that you're an interesting looking dude and you're out there, but you bring it. On this album, on everything you've done over the years, the more I listen to Mick Mars play guitar, he's got some cool stuff. From you think about everything here, everything on Shout at the Devil, through all the stuff that we were just talking, the Mötley Crüe with John Corabi, I almost said Dream Theater, Theater of Pain, Dr. Feelgood. I mean, think about all those riffs and all that stuff. You're thinking like...
Kickstart My Heart. The way he...
I mean, all that stuff is really pretty awesome.
It is. That's a good word for it. It's just awesome.
I know I use the word awesome a lot, but Mick is just a rocker. He's not, Steve Vai or Paul Gilbert or George Lynch, but he was selling out stadiums that half those guys wish they did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're singing along to Livewire. Do it again for me. That's Mick Mars, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Right? That is great. and with the cowbell, that's great.
It's
so good.
Yeah, it was so amazing.
But I just wanted to say that because I know Mick's not in the band anymore, and there's a lot of feuding. And come on, all of that crap, the feuding between Mick, dude, you guys are just jacking up your legacy because you guys are stupid. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. Like, you could have just, girl, don't go away, right? How's that song go?
Just don't go away, mad. Just go away.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was.
That's what they need to do,
speaking
right?
Of Mick, so when I first got this picture, I'm pushing back just a tiny bit because Mick, I remember seeing this, and this was this picture where I thought, okay, I don't know what's going on with the rest of these guys, but that dude is the embodiment of evil coolness. I don't know what it was. The flames were higher behind him. The look on his face, I mean, this was.
I get it, but I'm just saying.
But I understand what you're saying because he gets lost in the shuffle because he is not.
All right, let's break this out again.
Okay,
and I'm going to give you my 2 cents.
Okay, go nuts.
Tommy Lee, even at his age now, is just cool and good-looking guy.
Good-looking
right?
dude. Cool-looking dude, yes.
Vince Neil, not so good-looking now. Not as blonde now.
Right.
And about 300 pounds more.
And not as
small. Back in the day, he's looking cool. I mean, he's got no shirt. He could have been on the set of Road Warrior,
yes.
Mad Max.
Yep.
To fit right in.
Yes.
Right? Not a big fan of the bangs, but he held it.
He
right?
was on.
Nick Six.
On point.
Nicky Six, man. Could there be a cooler guy? Cooler hair?
This is an awesome picture.
You know what I mean?
I love it.
Yeah. They were bringing attitude that was unparalleled for the LA scene and music at the time.
Yeah.
Mick, he sold more albums than all those guitar virtuosos that I was mentioning
I was just going to agree with you about this.
You know what I mean?
Because when you compare him to all the people that you were talking about just a minute ago, you go, dude, this guy created something so magnificent because dude, how many, because there are some, but how many songs do you remember where you were when you heard that guitar hit?
Yeah.
I remember where I was when I heard
Loudwire.
him.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it was so good. It was so good.
But those are the moments, right? I mean, when you have something that powerful, that good, yeah. So we're going to talk. I know we've gone all over the place, and I don't want to have a 3-hour video here.
So the reason, so I busted this out because for 2 reasons. Because first of all, they're in the news. That's why I started thinking about them because they're down in Vegas, just a couple hours from here. And then I always think about this album because this one to me just captures the essence of whatever they were about. And then these are such, man, I remember seeing this thing for the first time, these pictures, they throw the sunglasses down. I mean, this was just, there was something about this that was so awesome. And then they also threw in here, this is not a video about this album, but this picture, man. Oh my gosh.
That is pretty cool.
Mick's got that sword up to his throat. I mean, they were playing up everything
that your mother wanted not for you to have.
Exactly. They were, if this is something parents won't like, we're doing it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Judy's like, yes, I totally agree. Right on. Yeah. That's a reference to your mom, but which, by the way, your mom brought you up good, man. Look at you. You're looking all dapper.
Oh, yeah. So, Shelly, obviously, she was here earlier. Yes. Shelly was here earlier. Just FYI, she's been on the show a bunch, sitting here dealing with all of our chaos. She actually has these books that she's written. This is one of them right here. This is not a shameless plug for the book. It's just for something else. Because she's been on the show, I was talking to her a couple weeks ago about all of her books and all this stuff that she does dealing with relationships. And I thought we should, since we have the studio, maybe start recording a little show with her talking just about her relationship stuff. So the reason I'm wearing a suit is because she was here earlier and we were filming one and I was trying to not look like a slob like you.
So, dude, I'm rocking the audio mover shirt.
I'm just kidding. But that's why I'm dressed nice, because Shelly was here and I actually was in a video with her. And,
no, that's great. You're looking good, man.
So we're gonna
looking good.
We're gonna put some of those out, and you guys might enjoy them. So they're not focused exactly towards our age group, but they're still gonna be cool. So the reason, though, that I want to talk about this is all the news, and then I found this really, in all my research that I do in these newspapers, I stumbled across this cool, very, very short little review about Mötley Crüe at this era.
Oh, that's cool.
Right here.
All right.
Which made me think, okay, we have to take a look at this. It's very short.
Because I'm curious, because I don't have prep of what you're going to read. The fact that they were so different at the time. Because the first time I saw them was in one of the US Festival videos, and I'm like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and out in the heat, prancing around in the leather and
I'm
the
like, what?
high heels.
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, because Vince, with his super bleached hair, was just looking so different. And then they got the leather, and I'm like, are these guys like wanting to be like Judas Priest with the leather? But they look so different. They're just rocking.
Makeup, which is kind of like Kiss.
Yeah, it was this whole mixture of like, what's this about?
Yeah.
That's when I got into this. Yes.
It was so unusual and so amazing. So,
all right, so what's the review?
So this is actually from the Los Angeles Times, December 29th of 1981. So this album was brand new. Like their Leather Records release of this thing.
Right.
Was brand new. Okay.
Got it.
So somehow somebody at the Los Angeles Times decided to write about him. Okay, check this out. You're going to love this. Catching Mötley Crüe in a flash. In just 8 months, Mötley Crüe has risen to headline status on the local heavy metal scene. Based on the quartet's Friday night performance at the Country Club, it appears this meteoric ascent is more a result of the attention generated by the group's extremely exaggerated image than by anything remotely resembling musical innovation.
Attitude, man.
Yeah. Sporting spiked heels, form-fitting leathers, belts fashioned from handcuffs, and great haystack shag haircuts, Mötley Crüe harkens back to the classic 1973 definition of rock and roll, flash.
Nice.
As originally set down by Rod Stewart, Queen, and the New York Dolls.
Which is all true.
Yeah.
All true.
You
look at Tommy or Nick with the hair.
Yep.
I mean, and even Mick had the longer piece, but he had the shag top, which I never understood, but just looked good.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Cool.
Unfortunately, Mötley Crüe's music doesn't draw from the same sources. Instead, the group relies on virtually the same prefab melange of mostly Led Zeppelin licks as proffered by almost all their competitors.
It's a sign of the times, right?
Yeah. Although an airtight unit, the band's individual musicianship is nothing to write home about, which is actually an important thing. They were a solid rock band.
Yeah,
they were rocking, So that's an important thing. I would go.
I'm interested to see kind of what his take is. So the music.
So let's see. Nothing to write home about. And while their staging is certainly professional, Mötley Crüe didn't expend an inordinate amount of energy on stage either. Lead vocalist Vince Neil has all the prerequisite prancing and preening down stone cold, but his muscle tone suggests he's
So he's not Stone Cold Steve Austin on here?
Check this out. I forgot about this. But his muscle tone suggests he's never lifted anything heavier than his mic stand, making it hard to take his sex symbol posturings seriously.
Fast forward 40 years, bro.
Yeah. Now there's 3 Vinces. Oh. Okay. Mötley Crüe's sole moments of musical memorability come courtesy of the title track of their self-financed album, Too Fast for Love, and the spirited Toast to the Town, which isn't on this one. The former is a punchy runaround on Zeppelin's classic Boogie with Stu riff, and the latter was as close to Chin Chapman era sweet as the evening got.
Which are actually, this guy's going deep. He's good references, so he knows what he's talking about. Good journalism.
And by the way, Nikki Sixx would probably be flattered at the sweet reference because he was a fan.
Yeah, of course.
So, okay. Arguably, the most interesting thing about the show was the block-long line of predominantly high school-age kids waiting to get inside the packed club. However, once inside, they seemed more curious than excited by the proceedings, suggesting that even a band predicated on flash could benefit from a little substance.
Which, you know, they built, I mean, that's a great article. And sometimes, you know, you look at all the bands coming out of England just about a little bit before this and about the same time, the punk bands. It was all about the attitude and the energy, you know, and going against the grain of just formulated riffs. So, you know, Mötley Crüe's having the last laugh because they're still in Vegas.
Because they're in Vegas,
milking
baby.
It to those high schoolers that are still willing to put down their hard-earned cash.
Yeah, it's true, man. They have,
or maybe they had their investments go well, and that's why they're at the concert. You know, I don't know. My teenage investments got cashed out in the crash of 2008.
That's awesome. Well, anyway, this album, and you know, even this album cover, I loved. There was something about this that just spoke to what they were all about. This image right here. We could go into that another time, but I just loved. I think, you know, all of us remember seeing this and just going, dude, what, I don't know what this is, but it is so cool the way he's dressed.
I mean,
the gloves,
you wouldn't
the
think
chains,
of like, you wouldn't think like a
interesting.
crotch shot, you know, some dude in leather pants would be like, whoa, you know, but it's just, you know, I think it kind of brings in together because it's more than just that. It's the glove, the spikes. The
all
belt,
the chains over
the chain,
here.
all the little things. It's not, hey, we're focused on the junk, right?
Yeah.
It's the leather pants. I mean, it's a great photo, you know, and I think that kind of was what led us to be like, what's this about?
Yeah.
You know?
You take this, combine it with the music, the experiences you had with it, the pictures of them on the back, this imagery that they were throwing down.
Yep.
Right there. I mean, you just couldn't help but be interested in it.
Right.
It was just too cool.
And as a rebellious teen, what do you want to do? Piss off your parents?
Yep.
If your parents say, you can't have that, guess what I'm doing? I'm buying that.
That's the one I'm getting.
I might not get the big album. I might get the cassette because it's smaller to hide. I can place it in my pocket, break it out when my friends are playing Nerf football in the backyard, throw it in.
That's
nothing but a good time.
Right.
And Too Fast for Love is a great song, by the way.
Too fast. It is. This I really, just about everything on here I love. Yeah. So
because I did, you know, I know I mentioned the John Corabi album, and I was like, man, that is so good. And I mentioned that earlier, but I kind of did like a backwards deep dive, and I ended up playing all the old Mötley Crüe stuff here, and not too long ago, but it is so good. It is so good. You know. This Shot at the Devil, you know, I think where it kind of dipped a little bit was definitely Theater of Pain. I did like a lot of stuff on Dr. Feelgood, though.
Dr. Feelgood, I actually think that their best song they ever did might be Kickstart My Heart. That song just moves me every time I hear it. It's as good as it gets as far as Mötley Crüe goes.
Dr. Feelgood's pretty good, too.
It's pretty good, but, man, Kickstart My Heart, there's something about that tune
because it's got, you know what,
man, it's so good.
I think why we resonate with that song is because it's got the energy of this stuff.
Yeah, it does.
I mean,
I agree. I totally agree with you.
I mean, it's whoa, yeah,
yeah, it's so good,
right?
Man.
And we talk about MTV and the videos, right? And just the way it starts, you know, I mean, it's a lot of energy. The paragliding,
yeah, man,
yeah, or not paragliding. They were like,
I didn't even remember the video.
Yeah, dude, he had the guys jumping out of the plane or whatever. I thought it was. Do I have that wrong? Anyway.
I don't remember. All I know is I remember that
album.
The snare drum sounded like a shotgun, like it was incredible, man. I love that tune. It was a great song. So anyway, there you go. Hey, we want to thank DigiTech for their ongoing support of the channel. You can see we have their posters back here.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're a guitar player, go to digitech.com. Check out all the cool, amazing stuff that they always have there. Yeah. Also, Please follow the channel, like the video, share this with your friends, and most importantly, down below, what do you think? Did you see them in Vegas? When did you see them in concert? What was it like? Do you remember this album? What was in the pantheon of Mötley Crüe, which was the one that did it for you?
Yeah.
All right. With that, have yourself a fantastic day.